Hello, hello. Welcome everyone. I hope you're having a spooky time with the Halloween horror marathon here. And we're gonna continue the scares with Devil Dumper Dorris, Only Killer Strange Tale. So the time starts after this intro story scroll, but first it's story time. Once upon a time, there was a small country in a corner of the world. The small country was subject to the invasion of a larger country. The Lord fought hard to protect his country and citizens, still fending off the invasion, although greatly pulling back the front lines. The nobles sold him out to the large country. The Lord thus spoke at his public execution: "You filthy invaders and traitors, I will definitely revive and reclaim my country." The Lord was executed. However, hundreds of years later, the prophecy came true. In order to resist the invasion, the Lord dabbled in blasphemous and indescribable knowledge, and in present day, the Lord has revived as a blood-sucking monster. Controlling the husks of the invaders and the traitors to create an undead army, he firmly fortifies and controls his previously owned castle, asterisk, it's registered as a cultural relic. Mobilizing the army would be foolish, however it's beyond the capability of local police. The one to answer the call was a humble cleaner, an anachronistic exorcist. It's foolish, but I can't refuse when offered a reward. I immediately started the car to go obliterate some vintage garbage to the demon's castle on the frontier. Well, so here we are. This is Devil Dumper Dorris Tale, and she struts off to the demon castle to dump a devil. So this game is kinda like a classic Castlevania with, I guess, two small differences. So I've got a kind of a whip here, but the whip can latch onto these glowing orbs, and I can rotate my whip around. And otherwise, yeah, we've got sub-weapons, the hearts are sub-weapon ammo, just like in a classic Castlevania. You might think that this hook technique here, hooking onto these orbs, is useful for speedrunning, but it doesn't really come into play very often. A lot of the time it's actually more dangerous than just going normally. There's an interesting lore explanation for these orbs. I think according to the Steam page, these are the souls of your enemies flying toward heaven. Not really sure why they work as hooks for a grabber. I'd rather keep my axe here for the first boss. So the axe is the best sub-weapon for most bosses, because some of the bosses love hovering above you and it's kinda hard to reach them there. I can't really whip up. The whip spin kinda hits above you, but doesn't work very well for that. And is easily interrupted. So here's the first boss. This funny smiling skeleton. And yeah, the axe is pretty useful here because he's above me. I can kinda get him with the spinning whip, but the axe helps a bit with that, and that's our first boss. Oh, ooh, almost fell down, so that's a constant risk, being pushed into pits or accidentally catching one of these hooks and falling into a pit. If the hook is in your way, you kinda can't really attack much. Hope this ghost doesn't get me. So if you're getting the impression that this has a strong Xbox Live indie game vibe, kinda looks a lot like these games. I don't think it was on Xbox Live indie games, but it's more or less from that time. This specific game came out in 2022, 23, but it's based on earlier games that are pretty similar. I think they changed the characters and the weapon a bit, but other than that, it's the first version of these games came out. Oh, that was unlucky. The first version of that came out in like 2010, 2013 or something. Yeah, here we've got these instant death orbs, and it's kind of hard to predict where they'll fall. The position is fixed, but there's not really anything indicating where that is. So gonna go a bit more careful here. At least here the hooks are useful for zooming across the dangerous section. So there's a funny thing that just happened. There's a funny thing with edges and the hit detection in this game. If you hit an edge of a platform during a jump, then depending on if you're going up or down at that time, it will either push you up into a super high jump, we saw that earlier at the stairs, or it will drop you down immediately, and that can often easily kill you. Apparently that's kind of possibly an artifact of an old Game Maker tutorial or something. That seems to be a common issue. So here's the second boss. This is Backbeard, and I'm really missing the X now. Sadly, I took a death, so I don't have the X. And Backbeard really likes staying above you, so it's really pretty much impossible to hit him when he's up there if you don't have the axe. I've got the gun, but gun only shoots sideways. So Backbeard, I'm not sure if that's really a commonly known monster. I only know Backbeard from Gegege no Kitaro. There he's a common villain, I think. So yeah, this fight is gonna be pretty slow without the axe, but it's gonna work out. Just have to hit him in the eye a bit. Come on. Give me some good spawns. So I think at that height it might just about be possible to hit him with the spinning whip, but it's kind of timing dependent. And also the spinning whip often just cancels when you're jumping. But anyway, that's Backbeard done. Is this a Flash game? No, this is a Game Maker game. You can buy this on Steam. It's the only game of this developer on Steam. They've got some more games on the L side, if you're familiar with that Japanese store page. But be warned that all of their other games are not safe for work. Very, very much not safe for work. So at least all of the other works that this dev has done under this name, under the name Circle Cypher, or just Cypher, are not safe for work. So yeah, they've got a funny new trap, these fake windows. And maybe if I jump just right, I can get a jump off the window. It doesn't really do much, but it's funny to see, I think. Again, kind of a jump hitbox thing, I wanna think. Like if you touch the corner of the hitbox of the window, I think you get a jump off that. So here at the stairs I should be able to maybe show a big jump. No, didn't really work out. Okay, I don't really want to fight this guy, just trying to jump through. Oh, he got me twice. Usually I make it through with one hit. So there's not a lot of health pickups in this game. I think there's only two, at least that I know of. There's one coming up if I remember right. In the next room. I'm gonna need them for the next boss. Okay, no, it's not this room. Maybe it's a different stage I'm thinking of. It has a very similar visual theme. So here's a new trap. Falling chandeliers. Oh, well that's new. Not sure what happened there. Did I catch two hooks maybe? Interesting. So the next boss here is one that I usually die to, sadly. Can I get this hook? No, that's not gonna work out. So that's a very big image falling down here. You can skip across with the hook, but it's a bit tight. And yeah, this next boss here I usually die to. I'm trying to preserve my health, but it didn't really work out. Also, this boss is the one that stays on the ground, so the axe isn't really the weapon of choice. Gun should be good. Yeah, anything that goes sideways pretty much. The cross probably better. But yeah, sub-weapons are a bit rare, so you can't really choose what you want. You have to take what the game gives you. I'm gonna be a bit more careful so I at least get to the boss and then start and die and restart there. Okay, so here's our boss. It's a very bouncy werewolf. And he has this throwing attack, yeah, that one. The sickle projectile, that's kinda hard to predict. With full health it's not a problem, but it's hard to get to the boss with full health. Sometimes I get lucky and the boss gets stuck under the door there. Yeah, kinda like this. Perfect, that's exactly what I want. Sometimes he gets stuck for longer and then I can just finish him there. And this boss, like some of the other bosses, has a desperation attack. So they might still kill you after they're done. Careful with the hooks there, I don't wanna be pulled into a pit. That can easily happen. That was a bit close. Oh! Okay, I didn't expect to fall down there, but I guess I touched the corner wrong. Okay, the cross. I think this boss is the slime boss. So here I'd like the axe again. There should be one later if I remember right. Don't wanna hit the hook here. Very dangerous over these pits. Yeah, you've got a funny enemy. I really don't want to touch these. They're pretty much invincible and one-hit kills. And they've got a special death animation where our character screams pretty loud. Come on, out of my way. I'm doing pretty well with health, but I think one of the two health pickups in this game is in the next room. So maybe there's an axe here? No. I mean, we don't really need the axe. Just would make the fight a bit faster. Oh, more holy water, nice. Just what I need. Okay, here's our meat. Not quite wall meat. Here we go, I think... yeah, there we go. That's the axe. Just what I need. Can't really jump over this one. What with a big blade there. And here's some dangerous platforms because we've got lots of fireballs flying around and it's very easy to get knocked off. Like, oh, almost like that. You also can't really jump on these skeletons. I mean, you can, but then you're kind of stuck on them. They don't really function as regular platforms. Okay, here we go. That's the next boss. They're calling this one Shoggoth. I'm not sure if the real Lovecraftian Shoggoth is a big slime thing. And it has these two attacks, either the... well, actually three, but two where I can hit it. One is this fist, the other one's the skeleton jumping in that we already saw. The third one is blob droplets, but I can't attack those. And there's a fun little glitch. Maybe if we're lucky we're gonna get it. If I defeat the boss on the fist attack, then the music keeps playing. And keeps playing into the next stage, while the next stage's music is also playing. Oh, now I could have used the... oh, okay, well, we didn't get lucky with the music glitch. So this stage is a bit of a door maze. If you take the wrong door, then it will send you back to an earlier room. So I'm trying to get into this to the knockback, because otherwise I can't really get in while that guy is standing in the way. Also, this visual theme is really cool, I think. Everything's made of books. Careful with the hook there. Can't really attack while it's floating in front of me. Oh, and big jump there. That's what I meant earlier. If you hit a corner while moving upwards, then it will really bounce you up, but there's not really any places, sadly, where that's useful. Okay, here it's very useful to have the axe, because I can take out the skulls up there. It's the path we're gonna have to take later. Okay, I'll take it. Usually I can't skip these guys because there's not enough space to jump over them. Right, now I've got a nice calm walk up here without all these skulls and their fireballs. Oh, bad timing. There's a useful glitch that hopefully will happen ahead here. I don't really know what causes it, but it happens most of the time. No, it didn't happen, sadly. So Sometimes this guy is missing his middle bones and then you can just jump through. Happens weirdly often recently in my runs, but I don't know what causes it. Well, I guess this time it didn't happen. I'm not really sure why. Okay, I'm pretty low on health, so I'll go careful here. Oh, dangerous. Okay. So I can't stand on the lower platform because the blade clips through. Oh, that's a bit of an unfortunate placement. There we go. Wanna keep my X for the next boss? And here's the only real wall meat in the game. Only one of 2 health pickups. And the next boss. This is the Grim Reaper. Classic Castlevania boss. He's got a slightly annoying attack. His blade that's flying around, if you hit it, then it will bounce off and fly around. Other than that, he's pretty easy to deal with the axe here. Okay, now I just have to dodge the desperation attack. I often forget about that one. There we go, and that's the Grim Reaper dealt with. And this is already the last real stage of the game. After that there's only the final boss fight. And here we're getting a classic Castlevania set piece, the Crumbling Bridge. And also some of the earlier bosses are gonna appear in this stage as a little cameo. Like here's the big skeleton from the first stage is pulling the bridge down. And for this next boss I want a sub-weapon that fires sideways, so not the axe in this case. Here's Backbeard. Getting generated by my whip. But you can't defeat the bosses here. They're just kinda stage hazards. The boss of this stage is also kinda special, because he can crash the game. If the boss does a certain attack for longer than a second or so, then the game crashes. There is an unofficial fix for that, so one of the other runners of this game, Quark, did look into the game maker scripts of the game and identified and fixed the bug. But I thought it would be funnier to have the original version with the possible crash. Doesn't take a lot of time. If it crashes, then I can just replay the stage. And most of the time I can defeat the boss without the crash. Oh, don't wanna fall down there. Ooh. The platform cycle here is pretty difficult. It's possible to get it in one cycle. Can I get up? Okay, barely made it. So again, the corner issue comes into play here. Oh! Was pushed down by the corner. You can't just slide up like it would work in most games. Oh, that's too far. Okay, just don't crush me, please. Okay, thank you. Alright, another boss making a little appearance here. There it is. Shoggoth's big blob fist. And for this boss I'd like... Oh, I gotta jump off the hitbox of the chandelier there, very nice. Yeah, for this boss I want to keep as much health as possible. It's not as bad as the werewolf, but still it might get a bunch of hits in. Guessing the fist's gonna come up again, yeah. Alright, let's see how we do with the boss here. So this boss is ourselves. This is Dorris. And she has all of our attacks. And that means she has all of our sub-weapons, and also she can do the whip spin. And if she does the whip spin, that's what causes the game to crash. So I'm hoping that she doesn't do it. Oh, I think she started spinning there maybe, but I got her in time. Or maybe it was just the whip following her. Right, so all that's left is the final boss here, the Duke of Judgment. A devil that needs dumping. And the cross should be good here, probably. What's more important is the whip spin. Because the weak point of this guy is kinda not placed at my usual attack height, so it's much easier to hit him with this spin. Well, it's kinda timing dependent, so depending on where he appears and how my spin rotates, I might hit him in time, and then it works really well, or he gets his attacks in. Okay, going pretty well so far, giving me good placements. Missed him there. Alright, second phase. So this phase can be very fast depending on how well this glitch works. So only here you can spawn more than one spinning whip. So here's already 2. I think I've seen up to 4, and of course every single whip lets me do more hits on the boss. But I'm a bit low on health, so... Okay, there we go, and that's it. Got him pretty quickly. Devil successfully dumped. Yeah, that's Devil Dumper Dorris. The Castle Dumpervania disappears in the background. And Dorris takes one last look at the moon, and then she struts off to dump another devil. Or maybe not, so as the intro text says, she's a cleaner as her regular day job. This is just her hobby. And yeah, if you enjoyed that, you can get this game on Steam. It's definitely very cheap, I'm not sure how much, but it's probably just like $3 or something. And it's a pretty fun little Castlevania-like. If you like your games janky and handmade, I wanna say, self-made. Alright. Yeah, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for having me. I hope you're gonna stay for some more spooky runs. Yeah, that's it from me. Back to the host.